General Hospital spoilers tease that Lulu's night took a sharp turn when she found herself stranded between Turning Woods and Port Charles. The cool night air cut through her thin clothing, and with no other options, she approached the first car that passed by. Holding a duffel bag in one hand, she smiled as the vehicle slowed down. With a hopeful glance, she said, "Could really use a lift." The driver's face came into view. Was it Cody Bell? Lulu recognized him immediately, but there was no time for formalities. With a quick exchange of pleasantries, she got into the car, grateful for the unexpected assistance. As they drove into the dimly lit night, her mind raced, the weight of the evening pressing down on her. Had she made the right choice in reaching out to Cody? What would happen next? This unexpected encounter becomes a turning point in Lulu's night, one that could shape her future interactions with those around her. Cody, seemingly out of nowhere, plays a role that she wasn't anticipating. But how much can she trust him? The fact that she had nothing but her clothes from a nurse's station drawer and a duffel bag in her possession suggests that her journey has taken a deeper, more mysterious turn. This could be more than just a random lift, it might lead to discoveries she wasn't prepared for. A tense courtroom drama unfolds. Meanwhile, at the courthouse, tension hung thick in the air as T.J. Ashford's piercing questions cut through the murky fog of family drama. His eyes were locked on Molly Lansing Davis, and with a look of deep concern, he asked her, "What exactly is Rick Lansing playing at?" After accusing Christina Corinthos Davis of perjury, what's his next move? Molly, ever the picture of composed resolve, met his gaze, standing firm. "My father is just doing his job, TJ," she replied, trying to keep the situation from escalating further. The courtroom buzzed with the undercurrent of unresolved issues, particularly surrounding Rick's motives in his cross-examination of Christina. She had been put in a difficult position, attempting to explain the incident when she fell through Ava Jerome's window at the Metro Court Suite. Sonny Corinthos, standing in the background, made no effort to mask his mistrust of Rick, especially as the cross-examination unfolded. His disdain for Rick was palpable. "I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him," Sonny muttered, his words a stark reminder of the animosity between them. As the questioning dragged on, Sonny's skepticism grew, especially given the apparent inconsistencies in Rick's approach. Across the room, Alexis Davis, who had seen her fair share of Rick's manipulations, couldn't help but share her own reservations. "I don't trust him, either," she murmured to Sonny, recalling their shared history. Her past with Rick gave her more than enough reasons to doubt his intentions, especially with the pain that had come with it. The air was thick with suspicion, not just from Sonny and Alexis, but from others in the room as well. Ava Jerome, seated with her usual air of defiance, cast a wary eye on Rick. "I don't think you're defending me here, Rick," Ava shot at him, her voice dripping with frustration. His questions seemed to only paint her in a more incriminating light. What should have been a simple matter of defense had turned into a labyrinth of accusations. Ava had made a split-second move toward Christina, trying to seize her arm. But in the chaos, Christina recoiled, and the accident unfolded a tragic fall through the window. Yet to the onlookers, it might have looked like a deliberate push. This misinterpretation could have lasting consequences for everyone involved. The personal struggles of Sasha Corbin. At Maxie Jones and Damian Spinelli's home, the evening had started with light-hearted chatter, but the mood quickly shifted as Sasha Corbin entered, her eyes red from unshed tears. Maxie looked up from the sofa with a playful grin, trying to mask the concern in her voice. "What brought on this life-altering moment, Sasha?" she asked, attempting to lift the weight of the situation with a joke. But Sasha's answer came with a sob, a sharp inhale as she held up a small plastic pregnancy test. Her fingers trembled as she pointed to the unmistakable result, a positive sign. The air seemed to thicken with the unspoken implications of that little stick. Maxie's expression softened, a frown pulling at the corners of her lips as she realized the gravity of Sasha's revelation. Sasha had spent the night before in a whirlwind of emotions and reckless decisions, resulting in a night she could never take back. Now, facing the consequences of a pregnancy test, her mind raced with questions. How would Michael Corinthos react? What did this mean for her future, her career, and her place in Port Charles? Maxie, ever the supportive friend, reached out to comfort her, but even she couldn't deny that this was a moment that would change Sasha's life forever. It wasn't just about the pregnancy, it was about everything that came with it, the uncharted territory Sasha now found herself navigating. Elizabeth Baldwin and Lucky Spencer's investigation. In a quieter corner of Port Charles, Elizabeth Baldwin sat with Lucky Spencer at Bobby's, their conversation quiet yet urgent. Lucky, always the problem solver, had one goal in mind: finding the answers that Elizabeth needed. Her mind was occupied with troubling thoughts, particularly after receiving the autopsy report for Sam McCall. The cause of death was clear: digitalis poisoning, but what wasn't clear was how it had ended up in Sam's system. Elizabeth, with her experience as head nurse, knew that no one had ordered digitalis for Sam. The question lingered: who would have done this, and why? "I'll help you figure this out," Lucky promised, his voice firm with determination. Even though he wasn't part of the hospital system anymore, he knew he could still dig for answers from the outside. Elizabeth nodded, her gaze distant, but there was a spark of resolve in her eyes. She had worked at the hospital long enough to know where to start her search. "The pharmacy," Elizabeth muttered. "I'll start there. Someone had to have ordered it." The wheels in her mind were already turning as she thought of the best ways to uncover the truth. But it wouldn't be easy, there were many people involved, and trust was a luxury she couldn't afford. Yet with Lucky's help, she felt a renewed sense of purpose. She would get to the bottom of this, no matter how tangled the web became. Conclusion: a web of secrets unraveling. As the various stories in Port Charles interweave, the sense of impending change grows stronger. Each character is caught in a complex web of lies, secrets, and personal struggles that threaten to shake the foundation of their lives. From Sasha's unexpected pregnancy to the courtroom battles involving Rick Lansing and Christina Corinthos, to Elizabeth's quest for justice, everyone is facing their own challenges. Yet it is the connections between these characters, the moments of unexpected support, and the way they handle the revelations before them that will ultimately define their paths.